As a mostly solo player myself, I can understand the feeling of being at a disadvantage in some situations, but I've also learned enough to know there's a lot you can do to even the odds. Here, I'll be breaking down tactics and strategies to do exactly that, ranging from simple concepts to more complex ideas. If you liked the video, please leave a like or a subscribe, it really helps me out. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Always streams, does a video about not killing people on sight, kills everybody he sees on sight for a new video. Starting off with the simple things. When standing around, never stand still. Even if you happen to meet a friendly player, keep moving side to side, occasionally glancing around. The idea here is simple. A moving target is a difficult target to kill, and complacency kills. If you do become shot or wounded, don't panic. Handle the situation, get to a safe place, and then heal yourself in that order. You have more than enough time. Focus on the immediate threat, and remember, even if you leave a cut, it'll likely clot on its own anyway in the worst case scenario. When safe to do so, bandages are a lot quicker at healing than rags and come pre-disinfected. If you run out of bandages and don't have rags, removing and cutting up pieces of clothing will do in an emergency. Sewing kits and bandanas are also useful if you don't have another way to heal. Like most playthroughs when traveling, stick to tree lines and off the beaten track. Roads and fields are siphons of death where you're almost always going to be spotted before you spot them, and an unsuppressed gunshot can be a death sentence. It will attract players from miles around as well as zombies, and if you're overwhelmed by zombies, hide in a building until they forget about you and then move on. This will take a couple minutes. And pay attention to loot spawns. Low or inconsistent loot can be an indication someone is nearby. Never reveal your full firepower to anyone, and if you meet people and are unsure of their intentions, you can always lie and tell them you saw a couple of highly geared players in the area a few seconds ago. They likely won't risk killing you for fear of attracting the unwanted attention of the other players, and it completely shifts the attention from you to this fictional threat. Never shoot first, but always get the first shot. And what I mean by this is, don't go guns blazing one-on-one without a plan, and certainly don't go guns blazing two-on-one without a better plan. Traps, deception, and sniping are three of the best ways you can interact with them and come out on top. Try sniping from your vantage point and then quickly move to another area using trees as obstacles to break line of sight. Stationary snipers are easy to spot and even easier to flank, so plan your escape routes before you pull a trigger. If you're head on, I recommend going prone. For any other position, I recommend crouching in a bush before lining up a shot, all the while being prepared to quickly move to point B using the safest and least exposed route. Getting the first shot doesn't always mean taking the first opportunity to shoot, and while shooting at other players or in the middle of combat, you'll likely be attacked by zombies. Just keep moving and focus on the player. You may get hit a few times, but it takes quite a few hits to knock you down, and they are not the most dangerous threats. Other players are almost always the most immediate and the largest threat you'll have to face. But even when they don't immediately reveal themselves to be a threat, there are things you should do and pay attention to. For example, you need to especially be aware of fresh spawns. They are dangerous, even when you're fully geared, because they have nothing to lose. You should also avoid getting closer to any player if they have a two-handed weapon like a shovel or a sledgehammer. They can knock you out in a single lucky shot, and there's not a lot you can do about it. And one of the most frustrating things as a solo player is traveling around only to be hit and killed without warning. And the best way to avoid this is to learn some advanced tips on how to go unnoticed, and you could do all of that by clicking here. And as always, until next time.